On August 11, 2011, the Mulvane Art Museum held their fourth session of the Razzle Dazzle art classes for children ages 4 and older, all the way to classes being available for adults. One class was about art scientists, where participants got to learn how art and science combine with color mixing and painting with bubbles. Art teacher Eileen Glennon says that the art scientist class was primarily ages 4 to 6, but could be for a class for 7 to 9 years of age.
This art scientist class was one of the camps we had this summer to mix some science with some art. We made some flubber. We made our own bubbles today and added some glycerin. It makes them a little tougher and you can kind of bounce them a little bit. We did color mixing, trying to learn a little bit about how things interact, watching borax and the glue mixture turn into flubber. You know, they see the changes happen, so it's kind of been about that. This is a class for 4 to 6-year-olds, and it could really be a class for 7 to 9-year-olds too, but it just happens. The project we just did today, we made our own bubbles, and we didn't have any bubble wands, so we had to come up with our own bubble wands. So that was really fun. We experimented with fly swatters and some plastic berry baskets, and some of the berry baskets were making bubbles and some weren't, and one of the 6-year-olds looked closely and realized that the berry baskets that had a round pattern were the ones that made bubbles and the square pattern didn't. So I was really happy to see them learning, really looking and learning.
Art Lab Supervisor Josh Davis says that these types of classes have been around for a while now and are tuition-based classes.
Razzle Dazzle is a name that we give our summer tuition classes, and it's a name that we've done that's kind of, jazzy, so we jazz it up so it's fun to say, Razzle Dazzle classes. It's classes that we have during the summer that are tuition based. We don't necessarily have a theme for the Razzle Dazzle classes. It's more we look at kind of classes that we would like to offer, things we'd like to do. For instance, last year we didn't have tie-dye. The year before that we did, and this year we do. But it's kind of looking at what the public's been asking for and kind of filling in their needs of what they would want to do. Usually about each class we kind of max out around 12. And let's see, we usually have about 4 sessions of classes, with a class in the morning from 10 to 12 and a class in the afternoon from 1 to 3. And it's usually 3 to 4 classes for the morning and 3 to 4 in the afternoon, just kind of depending on what we're offering. So, it's a good variety of people. It's pretty rare that we have to actually cancel a class. Most times, I know that this year, I think almost every class was maxed out and was completely full. We've got tie-dye, we've got fun, messy art, which is always fun and messy. We've had drawing samplers. We've had watercolor for adults, and more. So the classes are $65 for non-members, for museum members, and $55 for museum members, friends of the Mulvane. And they can come when we've actually got the classes scheduled. They would have to actually either fill out a registration form and turn it in to Candace Barker, or they could do it online and use PayPal. And we usually have about 4 sessions, and it's week long, and the classes are from 10 to 12 or from 1 to 3. Most kids take their stuff home with them. There's a few that get left behind, and we try to save them at least until next year. So in case, there's a lot of kids who will take classes from summer to summer so they can come back and get their stuff. But yeah, most of it goes home. Okay. I think some techniques of being a great artist are definitely knowing some art history. That way you kind of know what's been done and learn from that. Not being afraid to try things. Kind of being open-minded, hard work, dedication, and perseverance, just not giving up. Your first project may not always turn out the right way, but if you keep trying and trying, then eventually you'll get what you like.
Though the Razzle Dazzle classes may have ended for the summer, the Mulvane Art Museum invites the community and any visitors to Topeka to come check out the Art of the Brick art exhibit, where people can view sculptures made out of Legos by artist Nathan Zawaya, which will be shown through until September 18th at the Mulvane Art Museum.